when clients send me a whole bunch of words about their music, I usually wait until after I've listened to it before I delve into their dialogue. I have a thing that I like to say that I think everyone kind of wears their most recent past experiences on their sleeve. So if they had just done a record that got messed up in mastering, or they thought was too bright or was too bass heavy, they'll preload the conversation with all of that, previous baggage. And so I want to listen to it. I want to see if the music is consistent with the message that I'm getting. When I'm listening to it. And because if that's the case, then I don't really have to work. I just have to let the music do its thing on me. And then I can just be a fan of the music for the day. And that makes the decision making so much easier. It's not always the case, but when a record that was meant to be a really hard edge driving record is mixed a little bit placid, a little bit soft, it might lead me to wonder, was this supposed to be a hard record that didn't quite make it in the mix? Or is this actually a overly played record that was actually supposed to be kind of gentle and easy on the ears? So then I'll ask questions or I'll review the notes, but I really like to get my first instinct, my first reaction. I want to get that noted either in my mind or on a piece of paper or even sometimes recorded initially one or two songs where this is what my instinct told me to do. Because through the years, I found that if I get lost in all the documentary about, the conversations with the label, conversations with the producer, conversations with myself, I find myself coming back to what did I want to do from the very beginning? And it's almost always, close. That's closer. It's really close to what's needed. It's not an egotistical statement. It's not that I'm some mass arbiter. It's literally the more you think about it, the more confused you get.
Yes. Yeah, there's that famous story about the Thriller record, or is it Billie Jean specifically, and they did 100 mixes or something, and then Quincy Jones has said it was mixed too, go way back. Or so, I think I might be getting it wrong.
Somebody told me a story about a room full of a mixer and a producer and a band in the studio, and he was an analog console, and he had all of the mix worked up, and blah blah blah, and everything was kind of going, and he kept working on it. And at one point, the mixer kind of turned around and secretly kind of looked over his shoulder, and he came up and pulled all the faders down, and everybody in the room was like, "What? What happened?" He's like, "We lost it. We lost the mix. It went too far." He said, in this particular case, the lead singer had been tapping his foot a while back and now was disengaged in the process. And that just, it just meant to him that what he was hearing was also the case. It's like it was no longer, somehow it got unexciting, and he was willing to tear it all down to put it back together again.